Maniacs, happy Friday. It's Retro Collectibles here. Got a little bit of a different video today. A little bit upset. Retro got busted shoplifting. He's a serial shoplifter. But I'm going to tell you about that at the end of the video. I got busted at Walmart. Finally, it was bound to happen. I'm doing it every day, so. Anyway, guys, we got some vintage RC fun coming up. I'm going to pop some batteries in that truck, get her going today. And also, we're going on that trip tomorrow. I'll tell you guys a little bit more about that. And on the way to work, we're going to check out some stores. If there's anything good, we'll check that out as well. Anyway, guys, let's get out and see what type of trouble we can get into today. Happy Friday. Get it out of the way quick. Nice. Stopped to get batteries at the dollar store, and they sell the rechargeables now. And I've even got the Energizer charger at home. Hope the Panasonics will charge in it, but should be fine. Yeah, a lot cheaper than buying the throwaways and keep throwing them away. And they're already ready to use. We're getting that truck going today, guys. Nothing in here. It's been a dry week. Then again, the week's not over, so hopefully something today. Last week I went all week, and then Friday, boom, got the boulevards. So see what's next door. Didn't shoplift anything today. It was nothing good here today, so I didn't stuff anything in my pants, today. Yeesh. It looks like it got less and less all week and not more and more. Oh well, slow week. The next week I'm on the shift that I like for hunting, so. Well, we'll check it out again at lunch. On my 15-minute break, we're gonna do some retro vintage RC romping. But anyway, we'll check again at break. You never know, week's not over yet. If they got anything good at Centennial Walmart, I'll have to fight the urge of friggin' stuffing stuff down my pants. I've got to say though, Thief did break it up nicely from Junkie. Usually I'm a junkie or deadbeat, stuff like that. So it did break it up nicely. But yeah, I'll tell you the whole story about that at the end of the video, and it is a crazy one. Got her loaded up with the brand new batteries. Got a Panasonic 9-volt in the truck. Lost the back of the remote in my car, but that won't matter. But let's see if she'll fire up, and then we'll get some footage. Yeah, she's not gonna screw us up today. She's alive. Finally got good batteries. Let's see the fast mode. It's gonna be slow. That's not too bad, actually. The steering sucks, though. It's not like the other one. It doesn't have the mechanical steering like the other one does. So cool. Oh yeah. That's in fast gear, that's good. Try it in slow gear.
Got even a fence line over there.
Is there rougher?
Look at this, a fucking hill I can see from here.
Oh yeah, that's pretty good. Okay. Here. Here, you want to go over here? I'll film you.
He can drive.
What?
Damon
Get
can drive
Damon
it.
to drive? Damon, here. You want it in slow 4x or fast?
Fast, always fast.
Fast, okay, fast, there, yeah. Okay, you just gotta hold the battery in, okay? It's actually pretty quick. It's quicker than the yellow one. The steering is not mechanical, so sometimes steering it the one way is tricky. I didn't have the antenna all the way up though, so that might be why.
Are we stuck?
That's a low gear thing. Here, I'm gonna put it in low gear. Low gear will crawl. There we go. There we go, look at that. Oh, that's way better over here. Oh yeah. Should have brought the yellow one over here. Oh, you're getting good angle. Oh, turn it up.
Oh, no.
There's your angle for you.
This one's actually good. It's better than I thought it would be. I thought the yellow one would kill it. This one's a bit bigger though than the yellow one. I'm actually impressed. I got this one for my wife to friggin' race with mine. Oh, long grass, so easy anyway. Yeah, that thing goes good for what it is. And it doesn't have the mechanical steering on it.
I was trying to two-wheel on that. Oh, wrong way. Yeah. There we go.
See if you can get it out of there. Oh, you're gonna.
No, other way. Oh, I want a two-wheeler.
Let's see if you can get. Oh, he was gonna try to two-wheel it. Yeah, I am impressed with this. Totally. Oh. Tires are bigger than the yellow one too, so it goes over a lot more. Enemy though, long grass of these things.
Stay up there, you bastard.
Trying to one wheel across. Yeah, this thing, I had barely used it because I thought it would be no good, but wow. Oh! Oh! Oh, can you get it? That's too steep, I guess. Oh, I thought you were gonna have it. Oh, cable pop. It is is actually pretty quick. It's actually impressively quick for what it is. Like, that's quicker than the other one. See how far it can go controlling it. Wow. Holy crap. Oh, out of range. Starting to slow down a little bit, either get the water or the battery. Yeah. Oh yeah. I think it's overheating. Little break. That was wild. She goes way better than I expected. Like I said, after I got the yellow classic handy 4x4 off-roader from Radio Shack for myself, through my friend Percy, who's seen this for 30 bucks, I grabbed this for Diane, my wife, thinking she could have some fun with me with the truck. She's only used it once, and it's never really seen the dirt. We just tested it inside, but man, I'm surprised. That would beat the yellow or blue off-roader anytime, I think. Jeez. Anyway, time to tell you guys about this crazy story about how I was under surveillance for months and months and months and finally got caught shoplifting at Walmart. I should have quit while I was ahead. Wait till you hear this crazy story though. So now for the crazy story how I got busted for shoplifting and I was under surveillance for months and months at the Walmart that I go to every single day toy hunting. They were watching me for months. Man, I'm guilty. Well, sort of. And you're gonna hear the whole story and it's gonna be a few minutes. So let me go grab my chapeau and let's get into this. I'm gonna take you guys for a walk and talk. Maybe it won't be a walk and talk. It's too damn hot and sunny, so it'll be a sit in the shade and talk. Much cooler in here. Okay, so let's get into this. This story goes back 6.5, maybe even 7 months. Rewind back to December. If you remember, I had surgery. I had 2 breaks in my ankle joints, and because the pandemic, that's a whole other long story, but I continued working on it for 1.5 years on my broken ankle, and it caused my foot arch to collapse. So I could barely walk at the time, okay? But I was still dragging myself after work every day. Like when the gas price went up, I quit. I scaled right back on my hunting. Before I would check everywhere. I'd be up on weekends, hunting all day on weekends while my wife was at work. Now I just do it because of the gas prices, basically going to and from work or if I'm passing a store. So I still hit the stores every day, it's just not going out of my way as much, right? I'm convinced I got chocolate cupcake on my teeth. Oh well. Anyway, the store near my work, I have a Toys R Us and a Walmart about 4-minute drive from my work. Literally, I can get there up the back way. It takes 4 minutes. I could check both stores and be back in 20 minutes, back to work, and still have 10 minutes to spare if I'm fast, right? So clearly, those stores are important to me because they're so close to my work. Like, if I were to act like a jackass and get banned from one of them, like if I went into the Walmart, ripped apart the toy skid, ran around acting like a goof, and they kicked me out of there, I'm dead in the water. I have no other one close to my work that I can zip over on lunch, and that's when I find a lot of this stuff, right? A lot of the stuff I find, 99% of it comes from that store. So clearly I'm on my best behavior, right, when I go in there. So when I'm on morning shift, it's a 4 a.m. start. So that week, I will go there every morning at 7 a.m. About 6:55, the lady will let us stand in the lobby, like in the inner lobby. She's like, oh, come on, you don't gotta wait outside, because then sometimes it's chilly in the morning, right? So she'll let us wait in the lobby, and they stand there, and at 7 o'clock, they'll say, okay, go ahead, guys, have a good day, and they wave us in. And I do that Monday to Friday. Afternoon shift is a little bit different. I start at 12:30, so I will hit the Barton Walmart on the way in, and then I'll hit Toys R Us and Walmart near my work before I go to work, and then I'll check it again on my lunch break, and then on the way home I'll check it again, and then I'll check Barton Walmart again on the way home, okay? I've scaled it way back, but as you could see, over a week, that's a lot of visits. So I started to notice there was me and 1 or 2 other regular collectors that go there in the morning. Same 1 or 2 guys every day. We know each other. We chat. The door gets open. We don't run ahead of each other. No shady crap. We all walk over together. If there's anything good, we divide it among the 2 of us, 3 of us, whatever, right? We all know each other. We're regulars there. Nobody cuts anybody out. It's not like that. So we all walk over together. Well, one morning, while we were in the toys, I heard security scan over the PA system. Security scan, toy section, blah, blah, blah. And the 3 of us, there was 3 of us there that day. We kind of looked at each other and we were like, it's 7:02. We're like the only customers in the store. Like, I don't know who they're trying to scan. Like, we made a joke out of it, right? Didn't even think about it. Okay, if they're going to watch us, it's going to be pretty boring. They're watching us check out Hot Wheels and toys, but whatever. So it started happening every single day. And it's usually just 2 of us there, me and an older gentleman that I know. So me and him were getting this over the PA system every single morning. But to make matters worse, they started sending employees. There would be 3, 4, 5 of them, and they would literally fan out, and they would stand behind us and stare at us, watching us pick stuff up, look at it. And it was going on for days, and nobody was saying anything to us. And one day I said, like, can I help you guys? Like, you're here every day. You're clearly watching us. Like, is there something I can answer for you? Or, oh no, we're just watching you. Okay, do you mind telling me why? Because we come here every day. We don't make a mess. Like, if I see people in that store making a mess, I'll say something to them. Like, people know, just don't go in that store acting a fool. So I said, they are acting weird. And it was one employee in particular, a female about my age, mid-40s, I would guess. She was the ringleader, okay? And one day I went in there, it was just before my afternoon shift, and she was there. And she was talking to a customer, and I heard her say, hold on, I'm watching this guy. I looked over at her. She has a ear-to-ear grin on her face, and her eyes, there was something that wasn't right. She had a psychotic look on her face. And I said, you're watching me. Okay, and I just kept walking. And she's telling a customer this that I don't know. And I'm like, there's something going on here. Like, do they think that I'm one of these guys that messes? Like, I thought that they thought that I was a skid pilferer, one of the guys that'll toss the whole toy skid and rip boxes open and make a mess, right? But I'm known to not do that. I'll ask to open a box. If they say open it, I'll peg everything nice, throw the box out. If they say you're not allowed to touch the skid, no problem. So definitely not one of those guys, but I'm thinking, what is this about? Like, it can't be the guy that I'm with every day, because he's 60 some years old. Like the guy that I meet up with in the morning and we walk over. So I'm really, like, I'm telling my wife about this, like I'm telling my friends about it, and a couple of my close hunting friends said, sounds like they think you're shoplifting, but it's weird because you go in there every day. Do you bring a bag ever? I said, I never bring a bag, and that's the funny thing, because I look like a damn scalper sometimes, because I'll have my arms full of stuff, and I get people looking at me like I'm a scalper, but it's all for friends for retail costs. But I've been confused for a scalper a few times, but I never bring a bag, for the reason that I don't want them thinking I'm stealing, right? So me and my wife were in there one day, and one of them, I said, watch this, come over to the toy section with me, we'll see if they do it with you here. Sure enough, a couple of them started doing it, and one lady left, the other one stayed. I said, you know what, man, I don't know what's going on with this or with her, but don't get involved with it. I said, you don't want to lose your job. I said, because at this point, I had already opened up dialogue with Walmart Canada, the head office. Like, I wasn't even talking to the manager in the store. I kept trying to do that because my friends were pushing me, saying, you cannot put up with that. Like, they were harassing me. Like, there was 4 of them that would be following me around the store, and they would follow me right to the till. And they were being real loud about, oh, he's a shoplifter, we're going to watch him, blah, blah, blah. And at the time, by the time I would finish my 8-hour shift, my broken ankle would already be throbbing out of my foot, right? So I'd walk in Walmart, I'm going to deal with this today, right? Walk over to customer service, there'd be 6 people in line. And I'd be like, you know what? I can't do this today. That injury, it used to make me more tired. It took more out of me. I don't know if that makes sense, but I was more tired all the time. And the mood retro was in, wow, it was a mixed bag, like, because I was in pain all the time. I'm in no pain now, thank God, but before I was in pain all the time, right? So I wasn't in a good mood a lot. So I kept going in 2 or 3 times. I'd go in and it'd be a lineup, whatever, and I'd say screw it. So finally I went for surgery, and my wife mentioned the incidents at Walmart, and a couple of friends, like, whatever happened with that? What did you do about that? I said, you know what? I'm not going to worry about it. I don't know what the deal is. Maybe they thought I was ripping open Pokemon cards, because I seen a guy doing that one morning. Who knows, right? I said, as long as it stops, who cares? I said, I'll leave it alone. I don't want anybody to lose their job or whatever. Maybe it was a mistaken identity. It still sucks because customers were seeing this, right? But whatever. I said, as long as it stops, I'm good. So this was back in January, I said this to my wife. So I was starting to slowly get out toy hunting. I was still limping, stuff like that. I didn't get back to work until April. April. So I was out of work for a little over 3 months. So I wasn't hunting at that time, and when I was using a mobility scooter, right? So slowly as I was getting better, and when I got back to work, I got back out hunting again. And I noticed that this lady was not there anymore, and I was no longer being treated like a couple of the same female employees that were with her doing all this were now being friendly with me and chatting with me and, oh, what do you got today? And one of them asked me about my t-shirt I had, Ontario Diecast Addicts. Oh, what's that? Blah, 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 right? Being super friendly. And I thought, this is weird, but whatever, it's over with, right? Yesterday, I go into Barton Walmart on my way to work. It's kind of the ghetto Walmart down towards downtown Hamilton, but I've scored a lot of good stuff there. I check every day. So I walk in and I'm checking the toys quick. I check and get on my way so I could check out my other stores, right? On the way to work. And as I'm about to leave, a man a few years younger than me, well, he could be my age, maybe he took better care of himself, but he looked to be about mid-30s. He says, "Excuse me, do you go to the other store?" And I looked at him, I said, "Other store?" I said, "What other store?" Like, there was no context with it. I said, "Well, what other store?" He goes, "The Centennial Walmart. I think I've seen." I said, "Oh yeah, I'm there every day." I said, "I'm a toy hunter." I said, "I hunt for my friends. I'm the area anti-scalper." I said, "I grab all the good stuff to sell to my friends and everybody for retail." And he says, "Oh, well, I got something to tell you." I said, "Oh, what's that?" He goes, "That Walmart at the Toys R Us, I don't want to name it right this second, but that Walmart up at the Toys R Us has you pegged as a serial shoplifter." I said, and then I'm putting it together in my mind. I said, "Really?" And I'm remembering all this. He said, "I was up there one day and a female employee was being very vocal and said, 'Oh, there he is there, watch him.' And there was 3 of them following you from one end of the store to the other. They were doing it from a distance," he said, "but he goes, they were definitely watching you, and one of them made a comment to me." He's a customer, he doesn't even work there. "Oh, that guy comes in here and steals every single day, and we're trying to nail him for stealing." So they've told a member of the public that I don't know, okay? And in my mind, I let it go. I thought mistaken identity, whatever. So now I got a complete stranger coming up to me mentioning this. This is a problem, okay? And he says, "But that's not the look you want to have." I said, "Well, no kidding. I'm not happy about it. Like, this is, I don't know if you guys realize, but this is lawsuit worthy. Like, I'm not that type of guy, right? I'm not going to go cry and make a lawsuit and sue Walmart, you know what I mean? I could, though, because it's libel. Like, you're slandering me. Like, I've not been charged with any crime. I definitely have never stolen from there. And this is when it gets better. So the guy says to me, I'm talking to him, he goes, "Talking to you," he goes, "I don't get any sketchy vibe from you at all." I said, "Well, I would hope not. I'm on my way to work, dude. Like, I'm not all sunken in. I don't look like Skeletor. I'm not on drugs. I'm a nut job that collects toys. Like, you see me in the store every day hunting toys, but I'm not stealing, and I wouldn't steal from a store I rely on for so many of my collection, right?" And I have at the time that this was going on, my ankle was broken in 2 spots, and I had a collapsed foot arch. Do you know how that feels? The collapsed foot arch alone. You know how your feet get achy? You're on your feet 13 hours. You've had a really heavy day and bad shoes, the soles of your feet. That was like that every single waking second of the day on my one foot, my right foot, okay? The last thing I'm thinking about doing is putting myself in a position where I have to run from security, fight with loss prevention officers. I got a broken ankle. Like, the whole thing is preposterous, okay? So luckily, this guy that told me this, he believes me, or he seems to believe me. I hope he watches this video, by the way, because there's a conclusion to this. I gave him my YouTube channel. I showed him. I said, I'm not going to do that in public. I'm trying to build my social media, blah, 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 right? I hope he watches this, though, because there is a conclusion. So when I walked out after talking to that man, I was steaming. Like, this is a total stranger that I've met for the first time. Another collector, by the way. He was asking me what I collect. He collects stuff like that. I've met him based on him thinking I'm a kleptomaniac, right? Like, this is not good. I'm pissed. So I walk in, but I'm calm. I'm not yelling, screaming, swearing, because then they could just cast you off like you're a crackhead. They don't take you serious. So I stayed calm. And I walked in, asked for a manager. 10 minutes went by. I said, "You know what, man? Maybe I'll come back. I have to get to work." I said I can come back on break or something. "Oh no, so-and-so, he's coming right now." It was a male manager. I said, "Okay." He walks up to me, "Hello." I said, oh, you're the manager? He looked like he was 25, but that doesn't matter because he was very smart. He made me feel a lot better. So I said, I got to talk to you in private, sir. This is embarrassing, what I'm going to tell you. Because it was. Like, there's people walking by, and here I am explaining how I'm not a thief, right? So we talk in private. I explained the whole scenario to him. The only thing he got defensive of was he said, well, the guy that told you that today, how would he know that they were following you? I said, well, because they were being that obvious about it. Like, I remember days it was happening. There was 4 of them following me right to the cash. Like, they weren't trying to hide it. They weren't confronting me saying, we know what you're doing, stop it. It was, he's a thief. We're going to make him feel uncomfortable so he quits coming here. And I was like, no damn way you're making me stop coming to this store. So I kept going every damn day. And I was smiling at them saying, you're in trouble, you're in trouble. It's all going to come down on you guys. It's not going to be tomorrow because I'm not dealing with this store. I'm going over your head. And it's going to take a minute, but the shit's going to fly, okay? I was saying shit like that to them when they were doing this. So that the only thing that he got defensive of was, oh, well, how would this guy know this? I said, because they're being so obvious, and one of them told him, we're watching that dude there, he's a thief. Like, plain and simple, right? So I said, so at this point, sir, I said, you know, I think I would rather an apology from these people. I don't want to get a lawyer involved, stuff like that. I have a lawyer in my family. My brother-in-law is a lawyer. I don't want to do that. I don't pay lawyer fees. Apology, and I'm out the door. Like, just, you know. And he was super nice, made me feel better. He said, sir, I can tell you, the woman that you're speaking of has been terminated for what she was doing. I said, okay. How do you know who it was? And he said, because exactly what you described to me, she was doing it to multiple other people, all males. And I said, wow. I said, it's got to be the tattoos and the goatee. And I walk in there, I'm in my dress clothes and stuff. Like, when I'm out through on the weekend, I'm dressed completely different, look different than I do through the week. I look kind of grubby through the week, right? But if you look at me, you could see I'm a working man. I've got like $200 work shoes on my feet. Yeah, like, I'm obviously not a crackhead, right? But they pegged me as one. But I guess she was doing it to several people. And for some reason, she had a band of 2 or 3 other employees that were following her doing this. So she got canned, and I said to him, I said, you know what, sir, I believe you, because just the timing of it. Remember I told you when I went back after surgery, all the harassment stopped and the woman wasn't there? Makes sense. The timing all makes sense. And I said, that makes me feel better. I said, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised somebody sues you, because what she was doing to me, if she was doing it to other people, like, I couldn't believe. I was in shock telling my wife, and she couldn't believe it. She's like, an employee was calling you a thief in the store. Like, they weren't doing anything about it. They weren't asking you to come in the back. They weren't, I said, no. Running around, harassing me, pointing me out, saying that guy's a thief, telling other customers, you know what I mean? So, what goes around comes around. And you know what? Old Retro doesn't forget people. Whether it's a year, 10 years, if you screw me, it's going to come back on you. I do not forget, okay? I was going to forget because the harassment had stopped. But as soon as that guy mentioned it, no. But luckily, she's gone. If she was still working there, it would have been okay. You got 2 choices. You get rid of her now on the spot, or we sort it out in the court. And we see what civil court thinks. And yeah. Because it was a pretty open and shut case, because I have witnesses, I have several witnesses actually, and I have a witness, the guy I met yesterday, that I don't even know, you know. It's not hard to find him. I mean, the collecting community is pretty small. In fact, he might even watch this video. And if you watch this video, sir, proven innocent. Anyways, that's why you never accuse anybody of doing something unless you know for a fact they had done it. And like I said, I don't know where she picked me out, maybe this and these, but never have a bag on me when I go in there, never act suspicious. Like, it's, they see me every day, you know, so I don't get, but like I said, she was doing this to other men. And she had a weird look in her eyes when she was doing it to me. Like, it was almost like she had an axe to grind with me and I didn't know her. She came across as a psycho. Like, I was telling my wife and my friends and they couldn't believe it. They were like, she was acting like that. And I said she was doing it with other employees. Like, anyway, sorry that was a long one, guys, but I had to tell you about that. Thankfully, she has been terminated. Not by me, but if it hadn't been done by now, I would have pushed for it, because you can't harass people in a store like that for no reason. Anyway, please like, subscribe, and share. Hope you liked the retro RC romp. I got the fresh batteries and stuff. I wasn't going to leave you guys hanging. Tomorrow is Saturday. I'm taking you guys for the ride. Wait till you see what I'm picking up at noon tomorrow. You guys are coming with me. Smash the like button, guys. Subscribe and share. And as always, happy hunting. Don't accuse anyone of stealing.